Hey, movie lovers! Welcome to Film and Fact. Today, I'm breaking down the most anticipated superhero film of the year, The Fantastic Four First Steps, and diving into exactly why you should watch this movie, or if it's worth your precious movie night. And don't forget to subscribe if you want daily breakdowns just like this, every single day. Now, let's talk Fantastic Four. First steps: cast, crew, story, spectacle, and whether Marvel finally delivers. Forget the stumbles of past Fantastic Four movies. This is Marvel's full-throttle reboot, bigger, bolder, and braver. Directed by Matt Shakman, whose WandaVision flair is all over this film, the screenplay is crafted by Josh Friedman, Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer. Behind the camera's magic is producer Kevin Feige, always pressing for that MCU gold. Now, the cast in this new chapter? It's a dream team. Pedro Pascal tackles Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, bringing a blend of intensity and vulnerability to Marvel's smartest hero. Vanessa Kirby steps into the role of Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. She's not just a force in the field, but a fierce, loving mom-to-be, making her arguably the MCU's best leading lady in years. Ben Grimm, the Thing, is brought to life with surprising heart by Eben Moss-Bachrach, finally nailing that Kirby-esque design fans wanted, eyebrows included. Joseph Quinn roars in as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, snarky, slick, a real scene stealer, and yes, unapologetically a ladies' man. Rounding out our cosmic roster, Ralph Ineson brings gravitas and a monstrous presence to Galactus, and Julia Garner turns in a controversial but committed take on the Silver Surfer. But before unraveling the nuts and bolts, smash that subscribe button and join our universe of daily Marvel deep dives. Marvel isn't just reintroducing old heroes here, they're setting them against a universe-shattering threat with retro-futuristic 1964 vibes and a pace that keeps you on edge. At this point, critics and audiences have weighed in. Rotten Tomatoes is sitting strong, with a certified fresh badge, and a robust tomato meter well above previous Fantastic Four entries, and IMDb shows a fan rating trending in the high 7s. That's higher than the 2015 flop could ever dream. From the opening, the movie signals something different. A world 4 years into the careers of the Fantastic Four, already legends. You get the sense of a lived-in, heroic universe, not another tired origin story. Reed's inventions spark world peace. Sue's diplomacy dismantles global conflict. The stakes turn deeply personal when Reed and Sue announce they're expecting a child. Franklin, the kind of character introduction that Marvel's always handled best. But before you get too comfortable, cosmic dread arrives. The Silver Surfer appears, warning that Galactus is coming to feast on Earth. Their only offer, hand over the unborn Franklin, a child Galactus, claims holds enough cosmic power to cure his own eternal hunger. The tension isn't just global, it's intensely personal, with every character forced to draw a line between family and the world. And as the story unfolds, the retro-futuristic design really earns its hype. This analog postmodern aesthetic gives the film a flavor all its own, striking a blend between the Jetsons and classic Marvel, and anchoring a story that's focused and surprisingly earnest. Everything from set design to the musical score to those big VFX Galactus shots in IMAX. This is Marvel swinging for the fences, hungry to reclaim fans and critics. And let me pause just a second. Hey, if you're enjoying this and want more breakdowns like this every single day, hit that subscribe button right now. Join the Film and Fact family. Now, about those characters. Eben Moss-Bachrach's Ben Grimm is both tragic and hilarious, relishing in his own self-loathing but radiating heart. For many fans, it's the best the Thing has ever looked and felt. He's more than muscle, he's soulful, and for once in cinematic history, that iconic brow gets the love it deserves. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm finally casts off the franchise's identity confusion, making Johnny straight-up fun. Fans worried about softer or gentler takes on these heroes can relax. This Johnny Storm is sharp-tongued and full of fire. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm, though, is the film's beating heart. Far from the girl boss stereotypes that plague some recent superhero movies, Kirby's Sue is complex. She's fiercely protective, utterly relatable, and at her best in scenes challenging Galactus and rallying a divided world. Yes, she gets heroic spotlight moments, but Kirby plays them with authentic vulnerability. Mothers, daughters, and comic fans alike will find something to connect with. Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. Here's where the conversation gets heated. Some fans are suffering from Pedro Pascal fatigue, and yes, he brings more sadness than swagger. Reed is desperate, often looking on the verge of tears. But in that, the film finds a new angle, depicting a scientist and hero weighed down by impossible choices. Don't expect wild stretches or superhero showboating. If anything, Reed's powers are downplayed. Some say too much. Others appreciate his cerebral approach. The chemistry between Pascal and Kirby is complex, especially as they wrestle with parenthood on the brink of apocalypse. Now, Julia Garner's gender-swapped Silver Surfer, her Shalabal, has split opinion wide open. For classic fans hungry for Norrin Rad, this is a risk, and truthfully, she's not given enough screen time to fully make her mark. The script gives her big emotional scenes, flashbacks, and a pivotal endgame role, but for many, she's more a plot device than a deep character. And yet, Garner's performance isn't the problem. It's the writing, perhaps too eager to tick boxes rather than serve the core Silver Surfer mythology. Still, when push comes to shove, literally, in the final act, she steps up in key moments that change the film's cosmic chessboard. Which brings us to the villain. Ralph Ineson as Galactus is a revelation. Unlike the cloud-like villain in 2007's Rise of the Silver Surfer, here we get a loyal comic recreation. Armor, size, menace, godlike detachment. Galactus is less evil and more a force of nature. A being who devours planets because it's his nature, not out of malice. Ineson plays him with disturbing calm, which makes his scenes opposite the four feel legitimately tense. Galactus's offer to spare Earth for Franklin is haunting, and the visual spectacle of his ship, his presence, is a reason alone to see this on the biggest screen possible. With all this, is the movie perfect? No. A fair share of screen time is devoted to Franklin Richards' birth, raising some stakes but at times bogging down the pace. Franklin's power feels like a ticking time bomb for future MCU stories, a literal MacGuffin with godlike abilities. The climax divides the spotlight, sometimes undercutting the threat by relying too much on Sue, pushing the rest of the team aside. And for all its earnestness, some moments wrap up a bit too conveniently, especially Sue's death and resurrection, a classic Marvel cop-out that robs the emotional impact. Is Fantastic Four First Steps worth your time, though? If you're hungry for real superhero stakes, dazzling retro visuals, and a more serious, distilled Marvel story, the answer is yes. Critics are calling this Marvel's best since Endgame, and audiences echo that sentiment. The action is dialed back, focusing on character and cosmic dilemma over non-stop punches. So if you crave pure action, just set expectations. It's the best Fantastic Four on screen, certainly better than any Fox iteration, with the most love for classic fans and new audiences alike. Before we close out, remember, if you want everyday breakdowns, sometimes Marvel, sometimes DC, always spoiler-free and honest, subscribe now for daily uploads. To sum it up, The Fantastic Four: First Steps isn't just another Marvel film. It's a reinvention, and for much of its runtime, a celebration of what made Marvel's first family legendary in the first place. It's imperfect, ambitious, at times divisive, but rarely dull. Whether it's the pitch-perfect VFX, the heart under the armor, or just seeing Galactus done right, this is one for superhero lovers, old and new. And that's a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with Film and Fact. Tell me in the comments if you've seen the film, what you loved or loathed, and what you hope Marvel tackles next. I'll be back tomorrow with another deep dive. Like, subscribe, and keep those spirits heroic. See you in the next breakdown.